Hey guys, Rob, Sigma 3 Survival School. A technique I want to show you today is one that I use fairly commonly around areas where the water's either non-existent or really nasty and I don't even want to really filter it. We're going to talk about primitively tapping a tree with nothing more than your knife and and a canteen to tie around the tree to hold the water. Real simple concept. But it is a seasonal concept. It only works in early spring, late winter, and when the sap is running really high in the trees, like maple, birch. Some people say that sycamore can be tapped. I've never really had a whole lot of luck. If you've had luck tapping sycamores in your area, let me know about that and what techniques work for y'all. Because you'll see it in a lot of the books, and there's a lot of bullshit in survival manuals, guys. There's just crap info out there that some idiot copied and pasted from some other book, never even bothered to try the technique. And I know that Mike from Maine Primitive Skills never had much luck tapping sycamore, and I want to know if anybody else out there has either. But the whole point of this technique is that we are basically using the tree as a filter, and it's almost like nature's vitamin water, essentially. You're getting all kinds of sugars, nutrients, vitamins, minerals, all that good stuff from the tree's sap, and it has a really good taste to it in most occasions, especially maple. It's the same place we get maple syrup from. So, the one downside is that the water's only good for about 24 to 48 hours tops. Because it does have lots of sugars in it, it will tend to ferment. So the first step that we're going to do is basically to carve a notch into the tree so that we can get our drip stick situated up above our canteen. Alright, so all I'm going to do is come in with my knife and make like a V point, and I just use a baton or whatever I've got, and it's going to make a nice V. Now there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. You can make big notches in the tree and it will fill a lot faster, but that's going to harm the tree. That's not something I recommend. As long as the sap is running pretty high, this method works really well. And there's already water starting to come out of it. You can see it dripping. It will fill your canteen extremely quickly. And then what I want to do is come up at an angle so that when I put my dripper stick in there, it runs at a steep angle. I'm just going to notch this out. It'll probably take me 10 minutes to get it the way I want it. And we'll come back and show you what it looks like.
Found it. That's the one. Right. Got it.
So I've got my gouge knocked out, and I basically just take a V, and the larger your V is, the more water is going to run out, but you got to remember that this is going to almost permanently damage the tree. So I wouldn't go crazy with it. I try to make the smallest, most least invasive hole I can to get the job done. And just find you a little twig and sharpen a point on one end and a point on the other. Doesn't have to be super sharp point or anything. And then you're just going to jam this up. And the trick is to do it at a steep angle. You really, in order for the sap and the water to run, it's got to it's got to be at a steep angle. If you try to run your twig out here, it'll just keep running straight down the tree. And you kind of need to jam this up in there pretty deep, make it stick. That's why you have points on both ends. Alright, so guys, one little technique I want to show y'all is, I talk about this a lot in the videos, but if you've never seen it or done it, it's a really handy technique to have. Roots are always real flexible, so you can typically find a lot of different species with roots close to the ground, and you can yank up a section This one's in there pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, but I think it's long enough for what we're looking for. There we go. And now I can take this, let's say, you know, I needed to lash a shelter up or something like that. This would be my go-to method if I was doing it. Let's say you didn't have any paracord with you and you wanted to do this completely primitively. Take your root that you procured, and I'm just going to double this over a couple of times. Preferably if you've got enough, and this isn't quite enough to do a hitch knot. But you can do a hitch knot with roots like this pretty easily. And some of these roots are flexible enough to where they'll actually accept, you know, certain types of knots. So conservation is really important when we're out here using these techniques, guys. So after you're done tapping a tree like this, try to slap some clay, or if there's no clay around, take some of the birch bark and shove it in the hole, and just try to make sure that bugs and different things aren't going to get in it. Clay's obviously going to work best, but use what you got.
Who's the one stuck now?
There you go, guys. I mean, it's as simple as that. We got about half a canteen and maybe a little bit over an hour. It's not running quite as good as it was about a month ago, and you know, but it's fantastic water. It tastes good. It's clean. You don't have to worry about any giardia or cryptosporidium or any other nasty stuff in the water. You just want to make sure that you use it. And we made a video talking about lashings. We switched this out halfway through with a piece of root. Yeah, I mean, you can improvise anything. You don't have to have a piece of cord. Roots are always real, or most roots are real flexible, so you can use them for lashings, but oh, that's good water. Anyways, another tip for your toolbox, and as always, share, like, and subscribe, and throw your commentary over in the forum if you got any questions, guys, and thanks for supporting us. Sigma.